What's good, my people? What's good, my people? It's your boy Dev back with another video, and in today's video we have another playoff preview, and this is going to be in the Western Conference in the number 2 seed in the Los Angeles Clippers versus the number 3 seed in the Denver Nuggets. Before we get into the video, if you could like the video for me, comment on the video who you think is going to win this series, go ahead and hit that subscribe to my channel at Break It Down Dev, sub to my boy Jackson Kruger Sports channel. But let's get straight into the starting lineups for both teams. So we'll start with the number 3 seed in the Denver Nuggets. They come out with the center Nikola Jokic, who averages 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Paul Millsap is holding down that power forward spot, averaging 7 points and 3 rebounds. Jeremy Grant is a nice addition in that 3 spot, taking over for Michael Porter Jr., taking over for Michael Porter Jr., who's averaging 11 points, 3 rebounds. Monte Morris is in that shooting guard spot, letting Gary Harris get back to 100%, and Monte is averaging 8 points, 3 assists. And then Jamal Murray is the stud of the Nuggets in the playoffs so far, averaging 31 points and 6 assists. Now to the Clippers starting lineup, they come out with a point guard and Patrick Beverley, who averages 8 points, 5 rebounds, and is a wonderful defender. I don't know if he'll be ready for a Thursday's night game to start, so they might throw in Landry Shamet, who averages 8 points and is a knockdown shooter, and you'll see a lot more of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George bringing the ball up and playing that point guard spot. Speaking of those two, we got Paul George at the shooting guard spot, who's averaging 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, and looked a lot better in the last 2 games against the Mavericks. Started off that series very slow. Kawhi Leonard at that small forward spot, averaging 33 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and just playing like everyone expected him to be playing in the playoffs so far. Marcus Morris at the power forward spot, averaging 13 points, 6 rebounds, and then Zubac at that center spot, averaging 11 points and 7 rebounds, looking very nice at that big man spot. Now let's move to the benches of both teams, and this is where both teams are very loaded. So the Clippers have a 6-man in Lou Williams, who averages 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Sweet Lou gets buckets whenever he wants, wherever he wants on the court, no matter who's guarding him. And that's going to be a very tough task for Torrey Craig and Gary Harris and the guards on the Nuggets to slow him down off the bench especially. And then they have another point guard that could be a starter on a decent amount of teams, and Reggie Jackson, who averages 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists in these playoff games, and is a knockdown shooter and a very good ball distributor. Then Montrezl Harrell is a athletic big man that runs the court both ends, plays offense and defense. He averages 9 points. I think it's 2-3 rebounds a game. Patrick Patterson is another power forward who spaces the floor for the Clippers, averaging 9 points and 3 rebounds. He didn't get that many minutes, or didn't play that many games in the last series, but it was just a matchup nightmare, him going up against Boban. So for the for the Nuggets bench, they come out with Michael Porter Jr., who was in the starting lineup in the first round. They just realized that his defense isn't up to par yet, so we'll just have him come off the bench and let him get easier matchups against the benches of opposing teams, and not be a liability on the defensive side once he gets in the game against starting level NBA players. So he averages 12 points, 7 rebounds. Torrey Craig averages 6 points, 4 rebounds, a 3-and-D player. Gary Harris is a starter in this league, a starter for the Nuggets on majority of nights. He's just coming off an injury, didn't have time to get his body ready for the bubble, so they're just slowly working him back into the game now, or the series, or the playoffs, whatever you want to call it. And then Mason Plumlee is there to round off their 9-man rotation. He averages 5 rebounds and a point a game. He's really just a big that can defend and grab rebounds for them. So my keys to victory for this series is Paul George, as he got over those demons that was haunting him while he was playing against the Mavericks. That's going to be a very big thing in this series. I don't think the Clippers will be able to just get by the Nuggets with just Kawhi going off and the second star Paul George is shooting less than 30%. I just don't see that happening, especially with Jamal Murray like dominating last series and giving it to the Jazz, who's a better defensive team than the Clippers. So you know they're going to be ready for them. The next question is Jamal Murray going to keep up what he's doing? He is legit. I would tell you that now. It's just now that we're getting to the playoffs, it's a half-court game. Players or coaches are designing plays for certain players to get in certain spots, the best spots that they can get them in the game. And Mike Malone has got Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic playing this two-man game that no one can stop, especially if Jamal Murray can keep knocking down shots like he is at a high clip that he is. And I know Jokic is going to do his thing. It's a breakdown on my channel and on Jackson's channel of Jokic, if you want to go check that out, or Jokic, if you want to go check that out. Jamal Murray added 12 pounds of muscle during the shutdown, so this is letting his body take that contact and be willing and able to still go up and get buckets at the rim and play a full 48-minute game, or he played 40 minutes, play a full 40-minute game and still be ready the next day after that, or in 2 days after that, to put up another 40-point game in 40 minutes. It's amazing to see. But he's got to turn it around and play against the Clippers 2 days after just playing another long game, or a long, hard-fought game between two battle-tested teams. The last thing is, for the keys to victory, is are the Clippers locked in and focused, or are they looking ahead to play against the Lakers? This is kind of something like the Clippers did in the first round against the Mavericks. They didn't really give them that much respect, and the Mavericks came out and punched them in their mouth and made them actually work for that series win, when if they would have just came out from the jump, they probably would have swept the Mavericks. I don't want to speculate, but I would just think so. So the last thing is, I'm going to get into the coaches, and then I'm going to get into my predictions, and then I want you guys to let me know what you guys are thinking in this series as well. So the best coach in this series is Doc Rivers, obviously. He has 88 wins in the playoffs and 85 losses in the playoffs. That's a lot of playoff games played. That's 160 plus. He started off his coaching career in 1999 for the Magic. Didn't get any playoff appearances. Then went to the Celtics in 2004 to 2013. Won a championship in the 2007 season, and then he's been with the Clippers since 2014, and that's really where his legendary career is got him to. And then the other coach is Mike Malone. He hasn't had many playoff appearances at all. He's 11-10. He started off his career with 1 year for the Sacramento Kings, and that was 2013 to 2014. He's been with the Nuggets since 2015. All of his playoff games are with the Nuggets, so he knows this team. I would say he's a really good coach, coming back 3-1 in the last series against the Jazz, and the Jazz are a really good team that people are going to have to wake up for next year. But my predictions for this series is I have the Clippers winning this series 4-2. Yeah, 4-2. Yeah, I got the Clippers winning 4-2, and it's really just because of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I don't think Paul George is going to continue to play as bad as he did in the first round, and I don't see anybody on the Nuggets team to slow down Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. Now, Zubac is going to have a tough task guarding Jokic, but I think they can slow that down. And then with Patrick Beverley and just the array of defenders and guards that the Clippers can throw at Jamal Murray, I think they'll find a way to slow him down, especially him playing so hard in that last series, giving everything he had. But let me know what you think in the comments. I want to thank you for watching my video. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button to my channel at Break It Down Dev. Hit the subscribe button to my boy Jackson Kruger Sports channel. Like it, comment. I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay easy.